Event Viewer logs display events that occur on your computer. Events are created automatically by Windows in response to incidents that occur on your machine, such as an application freezing up, a user trying to log in, or a device driver failing to load, among other things. I'll expand Windows Logs and choose Application to show you some examples. There's no efficient way to review these logs regularly. There are thousands of events just on a single computer. That's where event subscriptions come in. You can create a subscription to alert you when a specific event occurs on a computer. And you can even have Task Scheduler perform a task in response to it if you like. Take a little time to review the logs from Event Viewer and make a list of events you'd like to monitor. When you create your first subscription, you can refer to that list to make sure you collect exactly what you want. You might want to monitor critical system events, for instance. In Event Viewer, click Subscriptions. If you are prompted to enable any services, do so and restart your computer if prompted. There are two types of event subscriptions. Collector-initiated and source computer-initiated. Collector subscriptions are those that retrieve events from another computer. That other computer is called a source computer because it is a source of the events. This type of subscription is best for smaller networks because each computer has to be configured manually for it to work, and it would be harder to implement if you had a lot of computers to manage. Source computer-initiated subscriptions are those that start at the source computer. The source computer sends events to a collector computer. This is best for larger networks because source computers can be configured using group policy and do not need to be configured one at a time. Whatever you choose, both the source computer and the collector computer need to be configured before any events can be collected. Source computers need to run the Windows Remote Management Service, and collector computers need to run the Windows Event Collector service. Let's configure the collector computer first. We need to enable this computer to view subscriptions. I'll do this on my Windows 10 Enterprise computer. First, we'll open an elevated command prompt. I'll type CMD. I'll right-click the command prompt and choose Run as Administrator. Now we need to type the proper command. The command is WECUTIL space QC. This is the Windows Event Collector utility and QC means Quick Config. Would I like to proceed? Yes, I'll type Y and press Enter. You can see the Windows Event Collector service has been configured successfully. Now I'll switch over to my source computer. It needs to be configured as well. Again, I'll open an elevated command prompt. Click Yes. And I'll type the required command here. That command is WinRM space Quick Config. WinRM stands for Windows Remote Management and starts the service. It says it's not set up yet, but would I like to make the changes? I'll click Yes. If your network is set to public, you'll receive an error. The network type needs to be set to private or domain. If you get errors, make changes if you need to and then continue on. If other problems are detected, type Y to let Windows resolve them. You might have to allow a firewall exemption, for instance, or let a service run. Now I'll return to my collector computer, the machine running Windows 10 Enterprise. And here I am back at my collector computer. In Event Viewer, I'm ready to create a subscription. I'll right-click Subscriptions and click Create Subscription. I'll start by filling out the required information. I'll leave the destination log at Forwarded Events. I'll opt for Collector Initiated. I am at the collector computer and I'll click Select Computers. I'll click Add Domain Controller. And I'll type the name of the source computer. I know the name of that computer is WinPro1. I'll click Check Names and there it is. Now I'll click OK and OK again. Now I need to set the events that I'd like to monitor. So I'll click Select Events. I'll collect critical events that appear in these event logs. Security and System. I'll click OK now. I'll click Advanced. And Finish Up. You can configure any additional settings here. You might want to use HTTPS for additional security or select an event delivery optimization option. I'll just leave everything like it is and click OK, and I'll click OK to close it up. Now you can see the new subscription. It's listed in this list. You'll start to see events in the Forwarded Events node as events occur that match your criteria. Sometimes problems arise when you first try to configure a subscription. If it isn't working, right-click the subscription in Event Viewer and click Runtime Status. You'll need to resolve any errors you see. It might be that the computer isn't available on the network or that the firewall exception for WinRM wasn't configured. You might even see errors related to security. If this happens, make any changes you need and when you're ready, try again. Just right-click and click Retry. Even though creating subscriptions can be a little tricky the first couple of times, once it's set up, it can provide a ton of useful information. You can browse through the information at your leisure too and attend to issues as they arise.